My name is Max, I'm the Habit Engineer, and in today's video we will be explaining how to use the triple S method, which is the world's #1 most effective habit building method with a 94% success rate right now. So the first step, or the first S in the triple S method, is specific. And the way that you make a habit specific is you assign it a what, a when, and a where. So the goal with this is that you want to have a habit that is so specific that you can visualize it like you're watching a movie in your head. For example, I lost some weight at a younger period in my life, and one of my habits was to drink 12 ounces of water before and after every meal while sitting at the dinner table, right? Something so specific that you can visualize that running in your head. So once you have that established for what your habit is, then you go on to the next S, which is simple. And yeah, I'm just going to switch in between lower caps and caps here because why not? And the way that you make sure your habit is simple enough is that you just filter it through this filter question. So do you feel 100% confident in your ability to stick to your habit every single day for the rest of your life? And if you find that the answer is no to that question, that's okay. That just means that you go back to the specific step and kind of rework, readjust that habit until you have this level of confidence in your ability to stick with the habit every single day for the rest of your life. The key here, obviously, that's a purposefully exaggerated question. We don't expect anyone to stick with a habit every single day. It is possible, but not likely for the vast majority of humanity, including myself. But we ask this question this way, so instead of making a habit where you're like, oh, this is pretty specific, I feel pretty good about this, instead of just saying generally, yes, I think I will be able to do it most days, you are looking for the days where you might fail. When you say, okay, am I 100% confident? Can I do it every single day the rest of my life? Now you're looking for the days that you might fail, and you might be exposing gaps in your thought train with building the habit. That will allow you to rework it and make sure that it's something that you can actually be successful with long term. So, if you don't feel 100% confident, go back to specific. If you do feel 100% confident, then move on to the third S, and that is sealed. And so you seal your habit with a 1-second celebration. Because as B.F. Skinner says, what gets rewarded gets repeated, right? So we want to, hopefully y'all can read my handwriting here. And these celebrations can look like whatever you want them to. Something, you just have to make sure that it's rewarding to you. For example, one of my celebrations is when I walk out of the gym, I will just smile to myself. And sometimes if I get a really good workout in, I've got the endorphins pushing, I'll be like, let's go, right? Something like that's motivating for me. It might not be motivating for you. That's okay. Some people I know who are more intrinsically motivated really just want to prove that they have integrity, right? And so when they complete their habit, they'll just mentally affirm and celebrate by repeating the phrase, I did what I said I was going to do, I have integrity, right? And that mental acknowledgement is enough for them, and that works as a celebration. I've taught this to my niece. She's 6, and her celebration was to have a 10-second dance party. So whatever works for you that makes you feel like it's an actual celebration, that you're getting that hit of dopamine and that you're closing that reward loop or that feedback loop, so that way you are actually able to feel a reward, feel good, and then when you're doing that thing, your brain will associate that with a good feeling, and your brain wants to do what feels good, so it will keep doing it. So yeah, that's the triple S method. Super simple. It is pretty difficult or challenging to actually execute long term. And let's just get into a little bit of why this is important. So what happens and what has happened is that most of us, our entire lives, have constantly been saying that we were going to do things and then not doing them, right? And so each time we've been shooting ourselves in the foot and proving to ourselves that we can't trust ourselves. The triple S method is designed specifically to meet everyone where they are at and allow them to change day one. Now, those changes are going to look very small, and that's okay, because what happens is that, to quote James Clear, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. And so what we are allowing ourselves to do here is tap into that compounding by incorporating the triple S method. So for example, you might say, okay, I'm going to read 5 pages a day from 7 to 7:30 p.m. while I'm sitting on my sofa in the living room with the light on, right? Okay, cool. Great if you feel 100% confident, and then you're going to reward yourself by, I don't know, watching a YouTube video, or patting yourself on the back, or I don't know, whatever you want, right? That might not seem like a lot right away, right? It's just 5 pages. But what happens is that compounds, right? So you've got different levels. And let's say each level is a year. And so you're reading 5 pages, you've read 20, 10, you've read your first couple books, right? And then you're accumulating all of this knowledge as you're reading. And so what happens is that knowledge compounds, right? And so ultimately, having consistent habits will allow you to tap into the compound interest aspect of self-improvement and be able to create the aggregation of marginal gains within every single area of your life. This diagram applies whether it's in the gym, whether it's physical, whether it's with talking to people, social, whether it's gaining more knowledge, intellectual, whether it's furthering your relationship with a higher power, spiritual, or even financial, right? You can set aside a savings habit or save a certain amount. But you can experience this aggregation of marginal gains, this strategy, in every area of life. And the triple S method is the most effective method to allow you to tap into that long term. So far we've got a 94 or 96, I forget exactly, % success rate with people being able to implement their habits consistently. Go ahead, I'll leave a link in the description to join our Habit Engineer community. You can join for 7 days for free. Check it out. Check out the community. Experiment with the method. If you find that it's effective and you find that it's valuable, stay. If you don't, leave. It's $27 a month. We've got weekly group coaching calls so you can learn from having conversations about habit engineering with me, and then also from all of the other people who are experimenting daily with their habits. You get access to an AI habit coach that I've built that is trained on the Triple S method and the data of the people who are using the Triple S method. Super, super valuable resource, as well as all of the notes that I've taken on the biographies and autobiographies of ultra high achieving individuals and their habits. So you get that. And then you'll get daily accountability emails and really like all that you could need in setting up for success to actually be consistent with your habits. So we want you to experience this consistency, and this doesn't happen overnight. Like I said, these are multiple years in the making, right? That's when you truly experience compounding. That's when you truly experience exponential returns as far as self-improvement and incorporating habits in your life. So again, I'll drop the link down for the community in the description here. And dude, let's kill it. Hope to see you there. Keep the change and keep changing. Peace.